and Arnold. What progress have you seen from this bowl season? What are some of the areas of growth? And then for you, Coach, I wanted to ask you about more about the story about Bob introducing you to your
in the game, he came out of his mama's womb and been throwing the ball around since then. But he's got a great demeanor to when I coach the quarter like linebacker and raw and emotion. Became after I coached Sam Bird on the scout team, who became the #1 pick in the draft. I wanted Sam to do it. I wanted him to do it. Maybe his word. And but very cerebral, consistent guy, puts the work in. Just recruited, very well thought of. Yet there's no entitlement whatsoever, which is instinct for him to have the station. The guys are participation, all the skills that you want to get. But you've watched him, have in his up role have 2 or 3 where you're like, boy, a little bit to be desired. Not as much of an opportunity, but he has now. He has a bad play, he doesn't have a bad series. If he has a bad series, he doesn't have a bad day. And let a bad play affect. I've seen that happen throughout the course of the season, during these I think Coach Fisch.
Yeah, Coach Stoops. So I was then there wasn't like graduate assistants and analysts. It was just 2 of us. And my wife working for FCA, working for a company that put on their convention, and Stoops just won the National Coach of the Year. Oklahoma just, and it was 2001. I got 01. And all getting on with the banquet, and a couple of friends were at the table next to us, and he said that might be first to Jedd. And 21 years old. Obviously, means a lot to us as his coach here, and we're Coach Venables and Julie the other night, and it's a good role connector.
You can go back right there first.
Sale from CBS, Arizona of offense. About what you've got to do to him, and just new quarterback. Does it change any how you prepare for Oklahoma and Coach Venables?
Again, they've seen the quarterback Fafita, what he a special player, instincts, his decision making, his ability to provide great weapons, but he execute at a really, really high level. 74% of his is in the country. He's got a great presence to him. Receivers are fantastic. They got size. Make plays or they're tied for their excellent player, big body. Running of running backs, gets majority is speed, just with an attitude, and then they got an excellent offensive line, and offensively, just really use a lot of precision, physical toughness, and then one of the most 2 years in a row explosive offenses, college football. So everybody says it's a game and types of things, but they have the ability to vertically pound game. They do a great job as well.
What was part 2 of that question? Part what? Yes, Seth Luttrell. So, I met Coach Luttrell a couple years ago when he was in North Texas, but it provides a great challenge when you look statistically where they were. You probably one of the best in your game plan. The offense, different quarterback. Now, plays and you can go back and check. Oh, well, at Indiana, what did he do? When North Texas, what did he do? But at some point in time, you just have fundamental, and you have to believe. See, there's going to be his lineage, and there's also, this and how much change in 3 weeks. So the fine line of facing ghosts, it's all about coaching profession. What do this? What if that? And what if have to say we need to line up the formations? We have to quickly. We have to prepare for the system. Now we have a quarterback that we have high school recruiting game in, and a coordinator that has always done a good job wherever he's at.
Yeah, Coach, I was wondering if you go into a little bit more on Oklahoma fans haven't seen Arizona as much as most of the really go into a little bit.
Sure. So Noah is a redshirt quarterback, came from Site, California. Mellon, number 88, and number 5, pretty good. 4 of them, and the ringleader. We all probably with the campus, and I guess he at that point he was for months. He came to us. Arizona was on a 12-game losing streak, and he said to us. And if that doesn't speak to a character, I don't know what does. But he's the game of football. He's addicted to football. And he's that not only does everything right off the everything right on the field. And say this: if you have great habits, the and certainly to be a 75 pass and be prepared and be walking to the game. First ever against Washington, who was not a game, and we lost 24 and start at the Coliseum. We lost it overtime, and then since he hasn't lost and led the team. He's a wonderful kid.
And yes, talking a lot about the buy-in from the player. You mentioned guys committed to finish what they started. Could you just speak to the buy-in from the program where it was a year? It seems like quite a few guys that say, "Hey, a year, guys, that could go, but they're playing." Does that speak to the buy-in of what a year ago?
Yeah, well, I mentioned the young for different reasons. I love every single one of those guys and want nothing but the best for them. We have several guys going on to the end, and get and I had several conversations about free agents right in the middle of the playoffs and the bowl season. It's so it's a very time point. Believe me, a little better. So that you can maybe have a little more leverage in a short with not ideal for anybody, but what's and so to say that first of all, in respect for the guys in our locker room as well. Again, I think coach, the same thing. Is higher. I think the results from the season say that, and the group highly invested. Several of them in the last 2 years. We starting in January at 90, first, second year Oklahoma. And this is a group of guys, the new guys that just showed up, 63 newcomers in January last year. Leadership and third wall, or it was guys that are in their second year or third year in the program under different staff. It's been fantastic, and got great leadership, and got guys deep their team and game means. And again, the whole principle of education, that's what you want to have a is that.
For Jedd, college football bowl games, teams use wireless communications. Is that something that you guys are on? What do you think? When you talk about that?
Yeah, I'm all for that. I came to the NFL, kind of been communicating. It's nice to get back. I think we'll be kicking off in the first game of next year. Stand. We're not going to bring it in this game, but we will very much be, as long as it's starting the game of that'll give everybody spring football. It'll give it training camp, kinks out. I think they need to legislate it, but I would say this: you shouldn't be in someone's ear for 30 years. You shouldn't be in someone's ear when they're sending. And I think that would be a distraction more than a help. Got it figured out. The thing I think figured out. Cut the thing off at 5 seconds, and then on. And just put it in one person's. A great of being successful. The way, cause more.
Thank you. Let's do final questions right here. In there.
Brent, I was reading a story you once talked about this game in '98 with Kate and having a really before visit with Coach Snyder, what you were going to do and your future, and I know how much he meant to you and means how you reflect, flashpoints of his career. I'm wondering, think about it in that particular and pivoted one way or the other in sense for you.
Yeah, I think about those moments. Those are life-changing decisions. You to the next, give you off, and certainly was as of a couple of programs. Everyone was really and you pray, a little bit of guidance, keep the faith that your experience and wisdom and your faith will get a spot. But Coach Snyder, again, be in front of been for his belief in the opportunities as well. Got to the state by Hoops as well, and so when it came in '88 to either stay at Kansas State or move forward, I needed to get out of the nest to learn how to fly, and I needed to have another lineage, if you will, the coach, another place to go and again learn and grow. To be all the reasons I Kansas State had great self-awareness, and I want to and learn it as a coach. You promote that to your players. It's not a really popular thing, but for me as a person, I did have that wisdom. But what I remember was not game 37-34 to Drew Brees. He throws a third, win the game. But I have changed. My life has been enriched through those relationships, and certainly that was a moment that was incredibly difficult, but one that blessed ever since. So But I do think about those. A great to get to this place, and Coach Snyder, Coach Stoops are two
Thank
of
you.
those.
This question for Jedd. How important is it for the trajectory, the fact they're facing a team with a bad
To is just get built started. We, the fourth time, if we can get to 10 wins, that the program since 1930. So, in the country season, and then you get to play a football team that at everything they've done in football over the course of the 10-win season, 20 years, I think it is. You look at what they are. It's a huge part of the game, but staff this morning, the next 48 hours, golf. Now we got to just now we're ready for the game. Not about the whole game, not about who we're playing. We always prepared these 48 hours. Got to be us being at our very best.
Team, if you standing picture,